We are now on chapter 94, Tzadik Daled. All right, we're now on learning this law, which is called not bar not, a taste that comes from a taste. So let's just learn the text, and we'll see if we can understand it from that. Chapter Tzadik Daled, Yuradea. Chapter Tzadik Daled, law number Hey. In Bishlu Mayim B'Kadera Chadasha. If you boiled water in a brand new vessel, pot, v'tachvu bo kaf cholevet, and you stuck in this pot a milchika spoon, a milk kaf chalavi. What does it mean, a kaf chalavi? A spoon that you previously stuck in a boiling pot of milk. Less than 24 hours ago, you're stuck in a boiling pot of milk, and you washed it off. And there's no milk on this spoon, but the spoon is called milk spoon. And afterwards, you poured out the water, and you boiled in this pot. Another time, water. This time, you're stuck in the water, same pot. First time you boiled water, you're stuck in a milchika spoon. Second time, you're stuck in the pot, a fleishika spoon. Now, there's no milk here and there's no meat here. The spoon is totally clean. Two spoons. One spoon is a milchik spoon and the other one's a fleish. So he sticks it, first of all, in a pot with water in it. Let's say there's not 60 in the pot. Not 60 times. The spoon is an ounce, and there's 50 ounces of water, not 60. And then you pour out that water. Pour it out. You make coffee with it, whatever. Then you boil another time water in the same pot. Now, this pot has absorbed a little bit of the taste from that spoon, right? Then after that, you boil more in the same pot, water, and you stick in that pot another spoon, but this time the spoon is fleishik, a meaty spoon. And both of these spoons had been used first in milk, the other one in meat, within the last 24 hours. Let's say in the last hour. And neither one of the times was there 60 in the water against the spoon. Now what's the question? What is the law of that pot? Asur, it is forbidden to use that pot, not milk and not meat. Why? Because the pot received the taste from a milchik spoon, and then after that, it received the taste, new water, you poured out the water, new water, but there wasn't 60 times as much water as spoon. The second time it received the taste of a meat, therefore you cannot use that pot. Not for milk and not for meat. Avul davar, but other things like potatoes or whatever, you can boil in that pot. Chadasha, because the pot was a brand new pot, and the pot had no identity of its own. It wasn't milchik or fleishik, it was brand new. And the only taste that pot got was a taste that came from a taste. What does it mean? The pot never received directly from meat. It never received directly from milk itself. You didn't boil milk or meat in the pot. You boiled water in the pot. Where did the pot get its milk taste from? From a spoon that had in it the taste. So if so, the taste that's in that pot came from the taste that was in the spoon. Therefore, it is forbidden to cook in that pot milk and forbidden to cook in that pot meat because it does have the taste of milk and meat in the walls. But you can cook other things in there because the taste of the milk and the meat was not a genuine taste. It was a taste born of a taste. That's the opinion of the Mechaber. Let's see what the Ramah says. Haga miu, but Im over v'bishel bo basar or chalav. But if you did cook in that pot milk or meat, mutar, it's possible, permissible. Why? The havi, because the taste of meat in the walls of that pot, and also the taste of milk, which is in the walls of that pot, when it comes out into the opposite type, let's say, for instance, you cooked milk in that pot and the meat taste in the pot came out into that milk is permissible, says the Rama, because it is dahave noten tam bar noten tam, because it is a taste born of a taste. It's not a taste that came from an actual thing. It came from a taste that received from a spoon that did touch the actual thing. That's called not bar not. Kadera, a pot that you boiled in it vegetables or mayim or water, and you stuck in it a pot, kaf bad yoma, and you stuck in it a spoon that had been used within the last 24 hours, within less than 24 hours ago. But the pot itself is the opposite. Let's say it was a pot that you cooked meat in it 25 hours ago, more than one day. You cooked meat. Now that pot is a meaty pot, but it's a pot that is eno ben yoma. It's not within the day. You boiled water and you stuck in it a milchik, a spoon, or the other way around. Everything is permissible. Okay, everything is permissible. Let's see what this law is. What's going on here? You have a pot. The pot, you cooked in it meat. Cooked in the pot meat. And then you poured out all the meat. You washed out the pot, put the pot aside. And then your wife comes in and cooks up water in that pot. And then your son comes in and he has a spoon that he has just now stirred milk with. And he washes that spoon off. And he sticks it in the water. Now again, let's get me through the steps again. You have a pot that you cooked meat in. You poured out the meat, washed in the pot. 25 hours later, you cooked water in that pot and you stirred it with a spoon that had been freshly used for milk. What's the law? Everything is permissible. Why? Because the walls of that pot are eno ben yoma, number one. And number two, the spoon is not bar not. It's a taste born of a taste. So here we have a combination of two of these principles used together. So it comes out that in order for something to make something else forbidden, let's say for a spoon to make something forbidden, it has to be, first of all, used within the last 24 hours. It has to be used in a pot, became milchik or fleshik, from a pot that was boiling. And it has to be that it touches something actual, and not that it just touches a taste of something. As we're going to learn, God willing, tomorrow.